I feel like solo traveling is like the next level from solo dating. Solo dating is like you can just go out, grab a coffee for a few minutes, come back. But solo traveling, you're wherever you are by yourself. So you really have to find ways to enjoy yourself. When you are traveling by yourself, there is freedom to do as you please, to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. If you had an itinerary, you can shorten it, you can lengthen it, you can skip, you can reorder. Just anything is happening at your own discretion. To me, that's amazing. It is amazing. If you are someone that has never done solo anything, I would say start with something that is close to you. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. You can start, like I was saying earlier, go somewhere, get your favorite ice cream, go somewhere, get your favorite coffee. By the way, in case you think you have never done a solo date and you go to the gym, I want you to rethink that. Because if you work out by yourself, guess what you're doing every day? You're going to the gym by yourself, which means you're doing a solo date, technically. Okay, I have some tips for solo travel, solo dates. When you are solo traveling, safety is so important. You'll meet all sorts of people when you travel. And it's so important, especially if you are a woman. Don't ever tell someone that you're traveling by yourself. Don't ever tell a man that you have met randomly on a trip that you're traveling by yourself. When these people were asking me if I'm here by myself, I was telling them no. I tend to go with the family route because then I can tell you that I am here with my father and my brothers. Okay? I have a support system behind me. I am with all of them. And all the people that I tell I have my father and my brothers with me, they just immediately back off. If something is going on and you feel threatened, call the police. Call them. 911. Immediately. Call them. If you are going and you are trying to do activities, plan your itinerary beforehand. Bonus points if it's a local restaurant. Oh my gosh, you cannot be going from home. You cannot be going from California and then you go to the East Coast and you're still going to look for Chipotle there, and you're still going to look for Starbucks there, you're still going to look for Coffee Bean. Try the coffee shop they have there. Try the local one that is not back home. Try the restaurant they have that is not back home. Why are you trying the same things? If you're a picky eater, even you, I'm speaking to you. Release those fries and chicken tenders today when you're in this new place. Go and eat something new. What is wrong? Welcome back to yet another video. Hey, listen. It has been 6 months. I'm sure I mentioned that somewhere. I don't know if it's here, but I mentioned it somewhere. It's been 6 months since I started this channel. Time is flying. Time is actually flying. Wow. But thank you so much for being here. And I am having so much fun making these videos. By the way, that last video did so well. Wow. Thank you so much for watching it. And today I'm doing another video related to travel, as you can see from the title of the video. And I will be talking about solo traveling. Anything that I have to say about solo traveling, I will say it right now, today. And yeah, if you are new here, my name is Twîri. This is Twîri's World. Thank you so much for being here. If you are a regular, welcome back. We always have a lot of fun here. We do. I do. I don't know about you, but me, I'm having fun. I'm having a blast every single time. Hey, oh my gosh, I honestly had so much fun creating that last video. I think I like that more than doing vlogs. This is why I'm saying this. I know it feels like I'm speaking too soon because I've never actually done a vlog here, but something about sitting down to recap and talk about the things that stood out, and then I show you clips from those moments that stood out, feels a bit more organized than vlogs. I don't know. I feel like with vlogs I would feel confused. Like, what do I add? What do I not add? Do I add commentary here? Do I not add commentary? So with this one, it's like I'm telling you and then I'm showing you, like, oh, this is what I was talking about, you know? Yeah, that's why I like it a bit more. The other thing is that I consider my Instagram stories vlogs, so I feel like I already do that. So with the YouTube, I'm like, let me talk and actually give context, give the background, give the storytelling, something I do very well. So yeah, I just feel like if I were to do vlogs here, it would feel like I'm doing a vlog on my IG stories and then a vlog here. I don't know. Should I try before I conclude? I don't know. Maybe one day. But today I'm talking about solo traveling. Okay? Things I've learned, things I've experienced, just anything to do with solo traveling, right? And let's start by talking about what solo traveling is. It's pretty self explanatory. But in case you don't know what solo traveling is, it's when you just go out, travel by yourself the whole time. It sounds scary, especially if you're not used to doing things by yourself. But honestly, I think it's one of the most amazing things ever. You get to spend time with yourself, you get to enjoy your own company. If you don't know how to enjoy your own company, doing things like solo dates and just things like that constantly gets you used to it, because with time, obviously, if you do something enough, you get used to it. I feel like solo traveling is like the next level from solo dating. Solo dating is like you can just go out, grab a coffee for a few minutes, come back. But solo traveling, you're wherever you are by yourself. So you really have to find ways to enjoy yourself. Yeah, so I realized that I enjoy solo dates last summer. So the summer of 2023, towards the end, is when I was like, wait, I've been going out and I'm doing this and I'm finding myself really enjoying it and having fun. So I started doing a lot more things. That time I was also preparing myself to get into my last year of undergrad. And it just felt like I really needed to channel all my energy into this. And I was like, let me recharge as much as I can. And so I found myself doing things solo and I found myself enjoying them. And I was like, wait, this is fun. I actually have a video about that. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to find it. I posted it on my Instagram last year. I'm going to find it and put it here.
I turned the original sound off because I don't want to get copyrighted. If you want to watch the actual reel, it's gonna be linked below. In the meantime, I feel like I should sing for you. What should I sing for you to keep you entertained? I thought of a song. Cause we complicated kama hesabu. Maswali mengi bila jawabu. Na 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 I'm trying to see it from your point of view. Na 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 na.
I think I want to blend this with solo dates and solo travel. I'm gonna blend in a little bit of both. So, solo dates and solo travel, one thing that I will say, and I think is really important to note, it doesn't need to involve extravagant things, it doesn't need to be anything major. It can be the smallest thing. It can be you going to get your favorite flavor of ice cream from your favorite ice cream shop, or your favorite drink at your favorite coffee shop. It can be you taking a walk at this park that you really like, or this side of town that you really like. It can be anything you want it to be. It can be you going out to dinner at a fancy restaurant. It can literally be anything you want it to be. If you want it to be major and extravagant, beautiful. If you also want it to be quick, simple, easy, also amazing. You can go out on a solo date and spend zero money. There's one time I went on a picnic, a solo picnic, and it was so much fun. And how much did I spend? Nothing, because I even carried food from home. You see? Exactly. So let me talk about why I enjoy solo travel, solo dates so much. There is freedom. When you are traveling by yourself, there is freedom to do as you please, to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. If you had an itinerary, you can shorten it, you can lengthen it, you can skip, you can reorder. Just anything is happening at your own discretion. To me, that's amazing. It is amazing. I love that I get to spend time with myself, because when you are constantly tending to responsibilities, school, be it work, be it other responsibilities you have to do, if you're constantly interacting with people, sometimes you just need a break and you just need to do something by yourself. And I find that very recharging. I find it very relaxing. So I love that I get to spend time with myself. It's a good way for me to recharge. And I think generally being able to spend time with yourself is a way to recharge for anyone, not just me. And I get to see myself in different environments when I travel. Like that last video that I made, I got to see myself in a different environment and got to figure out what I like, what I don't like, compare it with where I come from. Do I see myself coming back to visit this place, or is it one and done? Like, I like the fact that I get to go and see places and see myself in those places. So, my experience solo traveling, I would say that at first it can feel a bit awkward, especially if you are not used to doing things by yourself. If it feels awkward, honestly, I believe that in anything, when possible, you have to sit through the awkwardness until you get used to it. You just have to. Because if you run away and you're just like, okay, this is not for me, and you leave immediately, the next time you decide to give it a try, it's still gonna feel awkward because you didn't sit through it the first time. So it can feel awkward. I know it felt a bit awkward for me at first because you feel like people are wondering why you're doing something by yourself. When you have that thought in your mind that people are looking at you, it doesn't help that sometimes you will experience, especially in restaurants, you will experience some um, attendants at the front desk who will either assume that you're waiting for someone else or look a little thrown off that you're asking for a table for one. I've had one situation where someone made a face when I went there and I said, "Give me a table for one, please." And he looked at me so like, "What?" As in, you could see he tried to hide it. And you have to carry it with confidence. Like, yes, I'm here by myself, and that's not a bad thing. It might throw someone off, but that shouldn't deter you from still enjoying things by yourself. You know? Yeah. And I find that the times that I go to do things by myself, I kind of get myself out of my comfort zone because I will strike conversations with people. If I'm walking, if I'm somewhere and there's other people, I will strike a conversation with them. Like, it's just because you're doing a solo date doesn't mean that now you don't talk to people or that it means you're confined to just your own space. And I've ended up meeting quite a few interesting people and we've had like good conversation. Not interesting in a bad way. Well, some of them. But I usually have, for the most part, I have good conversations with people. And even in restaurants that I've gone to where I've been by myself, I have had people even give me extra things, just like, oh my gosh, were they doing that because they're just like, oh, she's alone? But no, I had good rapport with them. I was able to strike some good rapport with some of the waiters in those places, and they would give me extra things. And it's always a nice thing when that happens. And yeah, it can also feel awkward or weird to see everyone with someone in the restaurant and it's just you by yourself. But you really just have to allow yourself to sit in that space, be present in your space, and forget what other people are doing or not doing. Because all these things that you're saying, oh, they're thinking about me, oh, they're saying, oh, they actually haven't told you that. Who told you that that's what they were saying? You don't have facts. You don't have facts, and you are really, really focusing on the fact that something is happening when you don't even know. And now it's stressing you and it's bothering you. When you could just tune everything out, literally tune them out and sit with yourself. Like, this is your own little room, space, and just be there with yourself. Okay, I have some tips for solo travel, solo dates. If you are someone that has never done solo anything, I would say start with something that is close to you. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. You can start, like I was saying earlier, go somewhere, get your favorite ice cream, go somewhere, get your favorite coffee. And instead of going back to your car, although I still count that as a solo date, but we're talking about a proper date. If you're going on a date with someone, you go and you sit at the place where you're going to, right? So if it's this coffee shop and they have a place to sit, go and sit there. Bring a book, something, go sit there and actually enjoy the date. Enjoy the coffee, enjoy the drink. Actually go and sit there. Even the movies are a good option. You can go watch your movie and then go home. I feel that starting with a place that's not far from home gives you that exposure to, okay, I can do something by myself, and it was close enough to where I could come back home, or it was close enough to where I could go do something else and it didn't feel like I'm too thrown off. And by the way, In case you think you have never done a solo date and you go to the gym, I want you to rethink that. Because if you work out by yourself, guess what you're doing every day? You're going to the gym by yourself, which means you're doing a solo date, technically. I know you didn't consider it a solo date, but I'm here to tell you that that actually counts as a solo date. I also didn't really count my gym sessions as a solo date. Oh my gosh, is this? I'm thinking right now, I'm gonna think out loud. If I call my gym dates, my gym sessions solo dates, will that motivate me to go more? Because if you had a date with someone, the likelihood of you canceling that date is very low. So with the gym, it's so easy to cancel going to the gym because it's like, "Ugh, I don't feel like it. Ugh, I don't want to." But if I called it a solo date, the fact that it's a date, would that make me want to show up? I'm gonna test that out and come back and let you know. I'm actually going to test that out. Now I really actually want to rephrase it. I'm like, I have a solo date at the gym every morning. I'm actually curious to see if that's gonna change how I show up. Stay tuned and find out. I'll come back and tell you. I will come back and tell you. Will say that when you go out to do a solo date, keep the scrolling on social media to a minimum. I know it's very easy when you're by yourself to just revert to Instagram, to TikTok, to Twitter, to whatever you have on your phone. But I want to challenge you to keep the scrolling to a minimum and actually try to sit there with yourself, sit with your thoughts, sit with your food, like take some time to actually enjoy the environment. Think of it as a date. Like literally it's a date. If you were on a date with someone else, would you be on your phone the whole time? It can be challenging at first, I know, but the point is for you to just be present with yourself, because sometimes you'll be sitting with yourself and thoughts just run through your mind. You're thinking about so many different things. You're having conversations with yourself. I don't talk to myself out loud in public, but I will talk to myself still, just with my inward voice, you know? So that's the time that some of those things happen the most, and you need to give yourself the opportunity to experience that. Of course, some once in a while scrolling, that's okay. And sometimes, I feel like after you get used to the solo dates, it's like I can sit with my thoughts whenever. So I'm not using the scrolling as a way to avoid being with myself. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So if you get to this point of solo dating where you know that you can just sit with your thoughts and reflect and do all that like this, then I feel like it's okay to kind of switch. But if you are new to this, I would say definitely try to not be on your phone the whole time. Yeah. Sometimes I go to a restaurant and I just sit there and I'm eating and I people watch. There's this restaurant I went to and it had a very nice, it was positioned at the perfect place. So it was like elevated and then the rest of the restaurant was kind of at a lower level. So I was able to see the entire restaurant and I had so much fun just like observing. Aside from giving yourself some time and space to reflect and think and have conversations with yourself, I think that it also works to take something to entertain yourself with. So that's where also the scrolling and nini nini comes in. You could always bring anything. You could bring a book, you could bring a laptop, you could bring an iPad, you have your phone, you could watch a video, you could watch anything that you want. You could literally do anything you want on a solo date. You could bring your AirPods. I always have my AirPods with me whenever I'm by myself, because if I feel like I want to listen to music, then I'll just do that. If I feel like I want to watch something, I'll just do that. What's the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, when you go out on a solo date, especially if it's a restaurant, it's okay for you to speak up for yourself and ask if it's possible for you to sit somewhere where you prefer. So sometimes when you go to a restaurant, they usually take you to where they want you to sit, right? Or where they feel this is like a good area, or where there is enough servers, whatever reason, right? They always have a reason. So whenever it's possible, sometimes when a section of a restaurant is empty, it's because there's no server for that side, and that's completely understandable. However, if there's a section you want to sit at and you see there are people there, there's nothing wrong with you requesting to be placed at that table, because then you're getting the experience that you want. You're getting to enjoy it in a way that's more palatable to you, you know? So, and a lot of times they'll say yes. And if it's no, they'll tell you it's not possible. And that's also okay. But there's nothing wrong with asking. There's nothing wrong with asking. You lose nothing by asking. I stay telling people this. You lose nothing by asking. So those solo dates tips also work when you're solo traveling, because if you find yourself in restaurants and all those things still apply. Now, when you are solo traveling, safety is so important, and you will meet people, okay? And some of the people you meet will be kind of crazy. Some of them will be shady. Some of them, You'll meet all sorts of people when you travel. And it's so important, especially if you are a woman. Don't ever tell someone that you're traveling by yourself. Don't ever tell a man that you have met randomly on a trip that you're traveling by yourself. Because you never know what someone's motive is. And it's better safe than sorry. And in my experience, first of all, this last trip that I had, a lot of my Lyft drivers, actually over 85% of them, were asking me, are you here by yourself? Are you traveling by yourself? Are you here alone? And it happened too many times, to the point where I was concerned, because I was just like, why are these people asking me this? And not one of them did I tell yes. If anything, because majority of people on Lyft are men. Although I was hearing someone telling me that there's a way you can set your Lyft to be just women. Is that possible? Is that, I don't know. I'll have to look into that and see if it's actually possible or not. But since majority, actually all my Lyft drivers when I was there were men, trying to allude to the fact like that we should hang out outside of this ride. Now we should meet up and hang out. I'm like, what? So anyway, when these people were asking me if I'm here by myself, I was telling them no. I tell them either I'm here with my friends, I'm here with my family. I tend to go with the family route, because then I can tell you that I am here with my father and my brothers. Okay? I have a support system behind me. I am with all of them. All of them are here. And all the people that I tell I have my father and my brothers with me, they just immediately back off. They don't keep asking questions about, oh, how long are you here? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, nini, nini. Don't answer such questions. Always tell them that you are with someone. Tell them that you're with people. Tell them that you're with your boyfriend. Tell them you're with your man. Even if you don't have a man, tell them you're with your man. So they leave you alone, because it's a safety hazard for you to tell someone that you're traveling by yourself. Yeah, you have to be very careful. When you are out in a walkable city, you have to be careful. Actually, when you're out in any city at all, just be careful. When you're going out at night, don't be walking around in places where there are no people. You know, just the regular safety things, because at the end of the day, you want to enjoy your trip as much as possible, and you don't want to have any scares. One thing I did experience when I was in the East Coast was stopping to insist that I need to give them my contact. And oh my God, as a woman, it's a very touchy situation to be in, because you don't know who's asking you for your number. You don't know who's asking you for your contact information. Are they going to get violent if I say no? Are they going to are they going to follow me around if I say no? Like, it's very, and you have to be so nice about it. Like, this person could really be annoying you, and you have to be nice about it, just because you don't want to upset them, because you don't know who they are and what they can. Oh God, being a woman is hard. In this life, being a woman is hard, man. It's so hard. And even you men, you need to learn how to accept it. If someone tells you they don't want to give you their contact, you need to accept it. Why do you keep insisting? Why do you keep pressuring? Like, if you pressure me, and I keep saying no, I've clearly made it known that I don't want this contact at all. Why are you insisting? And what makes you think that insisting is now going to make me want to, like, why are you forcing me to give you my number? Mm-mm. It's very scary. It's very scary. And as a man, If you're listening to me, as a man, you need to learn how to take that no for an answer. Take it. Imagine, just take it. Take it. And leave that girl alone. Leave that girl alone. Let her get on with her day. Thank you. Yeah, so in this situation, anyway, in this situation, I was walking to get dinner. You remember that video I showed you of me eating the burrito? Whether that was a Mediterranean restaurant, it wasn't a Mexican one. I know with the burrito, or it's not even called a burrito, but I'm just saying burrito to make it easier to remember what it was. Hey, so that man sees me walking to the restaurant, right? And there's this jazz club. I was on the phone with my brother, by the way. There's this jazz club, and I see it, and I take a picture of it because I'm like, jazz club, interesting. I might go and see what that's about another day. So I take a picture of it. I continue walking. This man comes up to me and he says hi, and then he says that he saw me taking a picture of the jazz club thing. Where did you even see me doing this? Oh God. So he saw me taking a picture of this jazz club sign, and he was saying like, oh, I know someone that works there, like I know some people who play there. Okay, cool. And he's like, oh, is that somewhere you would like to go? And I'm like, yeah, if I have some time, I'll check it out. And so he's asking, are you from here? And in that moment, that's another thing, by the way. If people ask you, are you from here? Just say yes. I'm not from too far off. I'm just visiting from the next city or something. Or I live here. Tell them you live there. So this person, he's like, are you from here? And I tell him, yes, I'm from here. And I can just tell that someone that was waiting to take advantage of someone that says they're not from here in whatever kind of way, because that conversation was weird, just from his body language and all as well. So me, I tell him, no, I'm not going there tonight, because he's asking me, are you going there tonight? And I'm like, no, I'm not going there, but eventually when I have time, I'll go. And so he's telling me, oh, I can get you some tickets. I'm gonna go. I can get us tickets and we can go there together. Mind you, I just met this man. As in, let's go. I'll get the tickets, we go together. And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. He says, okay, well, if I can't take you to the jazz club, can I get your number? Mind you, this is someone that looks very much older than even he's older, way older than my father. Like, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing right now? You need to be at home. Your wife is waiting for you. What are you doing outside? So he asks me, okay, can I just get your number instead? And I say, no, thank you. I just want to go and get my food. He insists. He continues to insist. And he won't let me be. And I just had to keep repeating no, 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 no in different sentences and different formats until he left me alone. By the time I left, he wasn't there. So at least I went back knowing I was okay. But yeah, that was strange. So if someone asks you, are you here by yourself? If someone asks you, are you from here? Tell them, no, I'm not here by myself. In the case that you have already told them that you're traveling, don't tell them that you're here by yourself. And in the case that they ask you, are you from here, before you've told them if you're traveling, don't tell them that you're not from there. Just say, yes, I'm from here. Or if you have to say you're from somewhere else, give a close by city so that they know that you're not new to this place. I know this area, so don't think that you're about to play with me and play with my head, okay? So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've left behind. Oh, as a solo traveler, oh my gosh, you need your people to have your location. You need your family to know where you are. You need to update them. You need to tell them, okay, I've landed. You need to, if there's something going on, if there's any safety hazard, if there's anything going on that someone needs to know about, tell your people, okay? If something is going on and you feel threatened, call the police. Call them. 911. Immediately. Call them. Yeah, call the police. Your safety matters, okay? If you are someone who is like me, you don't have to give people your social media as a replacement for not giving your number. You know, some people go for, oh, I'm not gonna give you my my phone number, but I can give you my Instagram, or I can give you my this, my that, my the other. You don't have to give them anything. You don't. You don't. However, well, let me finish this point first. Someone like me who posts a lot of content, it feels like if I give you my Instagram and you are someone that is, for one, you're someone that I didn't want to have my number and I'm giving you my Instagram, it feels like I'm letting you into a part of my life that you should not have access to anyway. Because on my Instagram, I post a lot of pictures of myself and I'll post myself doing different things, okay? Going to the gym, going here, going there, going to the beach, going hiking, you know, whatever it is. And so I'm showing this parts of my life and I already didn't want them in my space. I'm not doing that. Honestly, I'd rather give someone my number. And something else I am going to tell you as a safety measure, create a Google number. Download an app called Google Voice. If you use an Android, it's probably already pre-installed into your phone. If you use an iPhone, you have to go to the App Store and download Google Voice. It gives you a phone number. That's not your actual number, right? And you can give people that because when they text you, it goes straight to Google instead of to your phone. I don't know, you know, it's kind of like a buffer or like a barrier. So it's like if you absolutely have to give someone your number, give them the number that is that one. Don't give them your phone number that's tied to your phone. Just give them that other one. Give them that other one. You know, yeah, I don't know. I find that one to be a better alternative. Oh yeah, of course, if you are solo dating, solo traveling, keep one AirPod off. Or if you have to keep both AirPods in, put it on transparency mode and put it on low volume so that you can listen to whatever you're listening to, but you're able to still hear what's going on around you. And if it's headphones, keep one like, you know, slightly behind your ear. If it's earphones, just keep one off. Safety, 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 safety. Don't tell people details that they don't need to know because most likely they're strangers and them having this information is of no benefit to you. Okay, and all these points I'm giving them straight to the women. Feel free as a man to apply it to your life as well and your travel as well, but I'm speaking from the perspective of a woman and the steps I need to take for my safety. Oh, of course, as a woman still on safety. This safety is turning out to be a longer topic than I expected it to be. You need to carry something with you. You need to carry something with you. Okay, and by something I mean pepper spray, what is this other thing called? Not a taser, stun gun. Stun gun? Is that what it's called? I don't know. If it's allowed in that state, you have to figure out, are these things allowed in those states? Pepper spray is allowed in most places that I know of. In terms of tasers, that one I don't know where it's allowed. You have to figure out where you're going. Is it allowed there? I think I'm done with the safety tips. I've given you what I think is... Well, the last thing I will say as a solo traveler, safety wise, keep your things with you at all times. And you know, when you're with someone, it's easy to just say, Ebu, watch my stuff for me, I'm gonna go and come back. When it's you, when you leave, your stuff is left with no one. So keep your stuff on you at all times. It can be a bit inconveniencing, especially if you're going through the airport and you have your carry-on, you have your backpack or your tote bag, and you have to just keep carrying everything with you everywhere. Oh my gosh. But I still say just embrace that discomfort. It's just for a few minutes. Go take all that stuff with you to the bathroom, take all that stuff with you to the restaurant, take it everywhere you need to. Okay, when you go to travel, I learned this the hard way. Oh my goodness, make sure that you have at least, like, if your airline allows you to carry 2 items, so usually a carry-on and a personal item, so like a backpack or a purse or a whatever tote bag, have one of them to be something that rolls. Oh my goodness, there's a time I had both of them things to carry. Oh, I almost cried that day. I almost cried. Oh, it was so annoying to have to carry things on my shoulders. Of course, I'm carrying one on my shoulder, the other one is down here, and then alternating. Like, oh my gosh, it was actually not, it wasn't fun. So one of them was the carry-on, and then the other one was my tote bag. Not fun at all. Not fun. When you have one with wheels, like a carry-on suitcase, then you can even place the other bag on it, and so you're just dragging it. You're just pushing it on its wheels, and that's so much easier. Please do not carry 2 bags that you have to carry with your yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. That's from one solo traveler to another. Please make sure that at least one of your carry-on whatevers has wheels. It makes it even easier to move from one place to another, and it takes up less space, because then if it's a suitcase and you're placing the bag on top, then it can just stay on one side. Like say if you're going to the bathroom, now you have two bags. Where are you hanging them? And you don't want to put them on the floor because it's the airport toilet floor. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So you have to find a way to make that hook fit both of them. Like, it's just too much. To save yourself that hassle, just use even see it right here, right? Use a carry-on with wheels. Use a carry-on that has wheels. Oh my gosh, how could I forget this? I don't know how I could forget this very important tip. Plan in advance. This one now is for travel. Plan in advance. Okay, go do your research, find the destination you're interested in going to, start looking for accommodations, start looking for flights if needed, start looking for whatever it is that you need months in advance if you can. Because let me tell you, the money that you will save, yeah. So don't book your accommodations, your flights a week to or days to, unless you got it like that. If you have money like that, who am I to tell you not to book it and use that money that you have? But if you are someone that likes to work on a budget, start booking in advance. I traveled in November. I booked mine end of August, beginning of September there. Like, it was booked for months. It was booked for months. Like, you have to ensure that you're spending as little as possible to plan these things, because they can get really expensive. If it's a hotel room, an Airbnb, I like Airbnb. Although, I don't know, I like both, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm going. But whichever one you're getting, do it in advance, because you will save some money. The longer you wait, the more you will pay. The longer you wait to book that flight, the more expensive it's going to be. I cannot stress that enough. I can't stress it enough. If you are going and you are trying to do activities, plan your itinerary beforehand. Plan your activities that you want to see beforehand. Go to the place that you're going to with an idea of what you want to do every day. So if it's activities that you want to do, if you are able to pre-book them before you get to that location, pre-book them. Pre-book them. Save yourself the stress. All you need to do is just wake up in the place that's already paid for, get ready, go to the activity that's already paid for. All you need to do is cater for transportation, Lyft, Uber, you can do that. Just save yourself stress while you're there. Like, while you're there, it needs to be just you enjoying your company and enjoying the place. Okay, so if you're able to pre-book activities, do that. If it's free activities, it can just be on your plan and you can go or you can readjust, just have an idea of what you want to do. Don't be planning your itinerary while you're there as a solo traveler. As a group, it's easy for you guys to figure out, oh, what do we want to do today? But me personally, I prefer to have an itinerary, even if it's a group. I'm not the best at spontaneous things. But Aki, I've been trying, but that's a side note. But if you're going by yourself, especially if it's a new experience, you need to at least feel like you have some sort of structure, because having something to know that, oh yeah, this is going on, then it makes you feel like, okay, just keep going. It feels awkward, but by the time I get to the third activity, I'll be used to this. Plan ahead is the moral of the story. Plan ahead. Save money, save stress, save worrying about what am I doing today. You're waking up knowing exactly where you're going. Find restaurants before you go. It's perfectly okay to try and find restaurants while you're there. Cool, but me personally, if I'm hungry, I want to know, there's this restaurant I found, there's this restaurant I saved, I want to go there. Okay, and bonus points if it's a local restaurant. Oh my gosh, you cannot be going from home. You cannot be going from California and then you go to the East Coast and you're still going to look for Chipotle there, and you're still going to look for Starbucks there, you're still going to look for Coffee Bean. Try the coffee shop they have there. Try the local one that is not back home. Try the restaurant they have that is not back home. Why are you trying the same things? If you're a picky eater, even you, I'm speaking to you. Release those fries and chicken tenders today when you're in this new place. Go and eat something new. What is wrong? I'm calling everyone out. I'm choosing violence. Choosing violence. Go and try and immerse yourself in that culture, in their food, in the local favorites. That's one of my favorite things to do when I go somewhere. What is popular here that I don't have back home? What do the people like? What's the local delicacy? Even if, especially if it's like a new country, I'm yet to experience new countries. But when I do, I know that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing. What are the activities people enjoy? You have to immerse yourself. You cannot be eating the same things that you have back home, please. So yeah, find restaurants. I use Yelp. I love using Yelp and Open Table. Those two have never steered me wrong. Any food that I have found from those places, I have enjoyed. Because the thing is, especially Yelp, I don't Open Table, I don't know. I usually it just gives me good suggestions. I've never really had a bad suggestion with Open Table, but with Yelp, they have reviews that once that review is posted, as the business owner, you cannot go and delete that review. You just have to either correct that issue that that person was talking about or let that review sit there and ruin your business. So Yelp is authentic that way, and people are just going to tell you. The thing with Yelp, people leave good lengthy reviews with pictures and everything of the food, of the place. So I love Yelp. I love it. Yeah, use those things. Use Google to find out activities that you can plan beforehand. Find activities on Groupon. Use applications. I've been seeing someone like Joanna Kinuthia. She traveled to Dubai. She traveled to Cape Town. She was using this app that is called Get Your Guide, and she was booking activities on there. So if the place you're going to uses apps like Get Your Guide, Triply, what other apps for booking activities? I don't know. Expedia and booking.com are for accommodations, right? Yeah. The places that do activities, find them. Those websites, whatever, just make sure they're legit. Of course, do your do your due diligence and figure out if those places are legit or not, okay? And if they have things that you like or not. For accommodations, go to Google. I honestly, Google is your friend for everything. The only thing I will suggest though is things like flight and hotel. Turn your Google search into incognito. I did say incognito. Incognito with flights, because it doesn't track your search. I've had this is what I had. I had this from someone a few years ago, or from a post or something, that when you use Google, then they're going to now give you higher prices because they remember you and your account, or of course from your search history, they remember that you are looking for this flight. So now they give you higher numbers. But if you use incognito, once you close that tab, it's closed forever and they don't have any history or anything. So the prices that you get are always going to be the prices for that day. However, I have found some people talking about how if you go on Google with your actual account, now this is the non-incognito mode, and you put track flights or track prices, something like that, you select it, it's always going to track the prices for you and tell you when they're lower. So due diligence. Do with this information what you will. Use it to help you. I'm just telling you what I know. For accommodations, I would say there are so many that you can go on. Go on, of course, Google. Start there, okay? And you might find different hotels with different rates. You select the one you want, the one that fits your range that you want, you know, the one that fits the location that you want to be in. If you have a specific hotel in mind, of course, you could go to their website and see what they have. If you like Airbnbs, you could go to Airbnb. And the good thing with Airbnb is that they have filters, and you can select, I want this, and this features in the place I'm trying to stay in. I want air conditioning, I want free parking, I want Wi-Fi, I want a TV. Then they show you places that have those things that you've asked for. Of course, they're going to have more. It's not like they're going to have just the things you've selected, but it's like I want at least these things. Like, these are my must-haves in this place that I want to stay in. And then they give you those things. Some places you can even say, I want a place that has a pool. Now it's giving you only places that have pools. The other thing I've noticed with Airbnb, of course, it's going to show you, after you select your filters, Nini, it's going to show you places with those filters. The other thing I do is that I select guest favorites. If you scroll down a little bit on the filter menu, click guest favorites, it shows you the places that have good ratings already. Saves me such a hassle, because then now I'm just looking at things that I already know have good reviews. Now it's upon me to now go place by place with the ones that I like, and do process of elimination based on price, based on reviews, based on, does it look like it's a good place to stay in? Does it look like it's in a safe location? You know, all those things. Yeah. There is also Expedia, Booking.com. I've heard of someone, again, I'm referencing Joanna Kinutia's trip, because I saw that she said she booked one of her stays. I think it was the one in Cape Town, through Booking.com, if I'm not wrong. So, and I've also heard of Booking.com. I haven't used it, but I know that I've searched there before for places. I've booked through Expedia before one time. So Expedia, you can always book their place to stay, rentals, rental cars. Oh my gosh, if you are trying to rent a car, there's an application called Twîri. They have rental cars. It's an app for renting cars. And even that one, if you know you want to rent a car, you can rent it beforehand. You could also rent your car from the airport. I know airports have like a side for rental car companies, and you can rent your car from the airport. That one I don't know much about, so you might need to do your own research to figure out if you need to book it beforehand, or if you're able to book it beforehand, or if you have to be there to book it there. I think you're able to book it beforehand, but there's so much you can do to plan yourself ahead, you know? Figure out what app you want to use. I found that Lyft is cheaper than Uber, so you can always compare the two. If you are someone that prefers to use one over the other, that's okay. I have just found that Lyft is more affordable in most cases. Actually, in majority, almost 100% of cases, Lyft is more affordable. If you have Uber though, and that's what you are more comfortable using, go ahead. It's also okay. So the good thing with planning ahead in terms of itinerary is that you also know what to pack. So you're packing relevant clothes. In terms of safety, one last thing I wanted to add is, if you are going out and you are getting a drink somewhere, don't leave your drink unattended. It doesn't matter if it's an alcoholic drink, mocktail, cocktail, juice, water. As long as you've left that drink and you've stepped away and you come back, don't continue drinking that drink, because you don't know who could have passed by when you were gone. You don't know what they did. Just always keep your eye on your drink, and don't leave it unattended. If you have to move, like I said, move with your things. You have to always move with your things. And then just relax and enjoy yourself. Relax and enjoy yourself completely. Just allow yourself to discover things, learn about yourself. Just be somewhere, be present in the moment, take pictures, ask people to take pictures of you. That's the other thing I've learned, man. You have to be comfortable with asking people to take pictures of you, unless you are able to take the pictures for yourself. When I went to the East Coast again, that, I think I'm referencing this a lot, because it's the one time I really had to rely on people to take pictures of me in the cases where I couldn't take pictures of myself. So I have found that you have to assess. You have to, when you are out by yourself, you are traveling by yourself, you have to really assess. If you need people to take pictures of you, you need to assess. Does this person look like they know how to take pictures? I came across a random guy, and I'm like, this man looks like he can take pictures. So I go up to him and I ask him, hey, could you please take a picture of me with this sign, with me standing under this kinini? It was a big decoration now inside the museum. He takes the pictures, and he takes good pictures. Remember to have fun. Remember to speak up for yourself. If you see that something is not going well, always speak up for yourself. In a place where you have been served food and you don't like the food, or you know it's not looking the way it was supposed to look, it's not tasting the way it was supposed to taste, if the pasta is not cooked all the way through, tell them, ask them politely, nicely. It's not your fault, okay? you are finding that this food is inedible, don't subject yourself to eating food that is inedible. Literally, it's okay for you to let them know. It is absolutely okay for you to let them know. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's all I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful morning, day, evening, night, depending on when you are watching this. And that's it. I will see you on the next one. And I'm going to start counting them. But yes, see you on the next one. Don't forget to do all the necessary engagements. And I really appreciate you being here. By the way, we are almost at 100 subscribers. Hey, we've been growing slowly by slowly. We're growing. We're getting there. Okay, bye.